Now, Donald Trump says Israel's strike on Hamas targets in Qatar does not advance Israel or America's goals.
He added that he feels very badly about the location of the attack, which was the Qatari capital. Listen to this.
I don't have to do that. I'm not thrilled about the whole situation. It's not a good situation. But I will say this: we want the hostages back, but we are not thrilled about the way that went down today. I'm never surprised by anything, especially when it comes to the Middle East. I'll be giving a full statement tomorrow, but I would tell you this: I was very unhappy about it.
In a Truth Social post earlier, Trump said that he was notified that Israel was attacking Hamas in the capital Doha by the US military, but it was unfortunately too late to stop the attack.
The Israeli military carried out airstrikes targeting senior Hamas leaders in the Qatari capital Doha. The Palestinian group said that 6 people were killed in the strikes, including a son of its top negotiator, but that Hamas senior leaders had survived.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he ordered the strikes in response to the shooting in Jerusalem that killed 6 people. Hamas's armed wing, the Al-Qassam brigades, had claimed responsibility for the deadly shooting.
The Israeli attacks in Doha mark a sharp escalation as Qatar has been a driving force in Gaza ceasefire efforts and has hosted multiple rounds of talks. Qatar condemned the strikes, which it said targeted the homes of several members of Hamas political bureau residing in the Gulf country. This is not the first time that Israel has pursued its enemies on foreign soil. Just recently in August, Israeli strikes in Yemen's Sana'a killed Houthi Prime Minister Ahmad al-Rahawi alongside several Houthi ministers. A day before that, Israeli drones struck near Damascus and had killed 6 Syrian soldiers. In September last year, Israel killed Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah after its fighter jets carried out an airstrike on the Hezbollah leader's underground headquarters in Beirut. And in July that year, Israel killed Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran through an airborne guided projectile that hit a special residence for military veterans in the north of Tehran.
All right, joining us live on the broadcast is Colonel David B. DeRoche, a professor near East South Asia Center for Strategic Studies, National Defense University, and former Deputy Director for Peacekeeping in the Office of the Secretary of Defense. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, you know, always a pleasure to have you.
Thanks.
Now, Qatar, it has suffered attacks twice in a matter of about 3 months. Iran struck here in June. Now, Israel, how do you feel Qatar will react? Of course, we know it's been playing the role of a mediator as well. We know that the aim here was very clear, and that was to eliminate Hamas leadership, that too on Qatari soil. So what is your assessment of that?
Well, Qatar's very unhappy with this. I mean, they view this as an affront, as a violation of their sovereignty, and as in part of a prolonged campaign that some people in Israel and the United States have used to try to denigrate Qatar's role in the world, saying that Qatar is too close to Hamas. So they view this as a culmination of that. They think that it undercuts their roles as mediators, which the Qataris have been playing for years, and discounts the work that Qatar has done, sometimes at Israel's behest, to try to stabilize Gaza or to try to mediate the situation here.
Colonel, as far as the Qatari Prime Minister is concerned, he mentioned that there are no ongoing peace talks with Israel, and one would expect them to respond in that manner. Qatar being a key part of the negotiation deal so far. What are we looking at now in terms of Qatar's role as a mediator? And if Qatar is also backing out, are we looking at a forever war here?
Well, one of the interesting things about this is there's no shortage of possible mediators. So, Oman historically has mediated between the United States and Iran. They might be willing to step into the breach. And the countries that are part of the Abraham Accords who have recognized Israel can perhaps move up and play a role as well, most notably the United Arab Emirates, which there's a little bit of a competition between Qatar and the UAE for regional influence on the Gulf. So I don't think that negotiations are necessarily dead, but I do think that the Qataris are very, very unhappy at what they see as, again, an attack at their self-styled role in the world. And, you know, I mean, the Qatari role in negotiations goes back decades. You know, things like unglamorous things like border disputes between Ethiopia and Eritrea, or helping facilitate the independence of South Sudan. So this is kind of a point of pride for the Qataris, and it's been damaged, and I think that they are unhappy.
Right, of course, we heard Donald Trump say that he was not happy about it. He was not happy about the location where it happened, also saying that perhaps the United States was too late to stop this attack. That being said, do you think this perhaps would serve as a wake-up call for the United States to rein in Israel, condemn Israel now, and ask it to perhaps choose a different course of action?
I don't think that there's any difference between the Trump administration's goals and Netanyahu's goals. You know, they both want to see the hostages freed. They want to see Hamas destroyed. They want to see Hamas not having the ability to attack Israel in the future. The difference is one of tactics. And I think that the Trump administration, when it speaks frankly to the Israelis, will say, look, this is a very important country for us. They do a lot for us. They're actively partners in many, many foreign policy concerns we do. And to just sort of gratuitously, violate their sovereignty and mount an attack like this in their capital city is not good for us. But more to the point, it's not good for you either. So I think there's going to be a private but not necessarily supportive dialogue, probably a one-way dialogue from the United States to Israel.
Understood. Colonel David, thanks so much for joining us here on World DNA. Always a pleasure speaking with you, getting your insights on thoughts. But going forward, one can hope there are more negotiators and there can be a negotiation at the earliest. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a good evening.